Hello, and welcome back to Tidbit of Torah. In a morning full of snow, in a morning in which many of us stayed up late last night, waiting for the ballots to be counted across the country to announce who the president was. I was struck last night at this election, reading the news and so many other places, that so many Americans were stressed about the unknown, about not knowing who would win, not just in the presidential election, but in local races and propositions. That sense of uncertainty, not knowing, sort of a both local and national sense of anxiety, maybe even a global sense of anxiety. Many of us woke up to the news of a new president, reading down ballot measures, seeing who won elections, and whether that brought you a sense of relief or happiness, a sense of disappointment or despair. Either way, we get up and we get going. As I was laying in bed, reading the news, catching up on what won here in Denver, across the state and nationally, my 3-year-old daughter came running into my bedroom and said, "Ima, Abba, there's snow outside. Can we go? Let's go." With such resoluteness that reminded me also so much of this week's Torah portion, Parshat Lech Lecha, in which we read in chapter 12 of Genesis, when God says to Abraham, "Go." Right? What does it mean to be the first Jewish family? What does it mean? It means to go. It means to leave the place where you were, maybe a place that you were really comfortable, a place that was your home. And not only to leave and to go, Lech Lecha, go for yourself, like really go, but also go to an unknown place. El Haaretz Asher Areka, a land that I will show you. It is quite significant that the impetus for the journey of the Jewish people, and not only the Jewish people, by the way, Abraham happens to be the founder of all the Abrahamic faiths, is the courage to face the unknown. And how do we do that? God says to Abraham, "I will make of you a great nation, and I will bless you, and I will make your name great, and you shall be a blessing." In a world in which we often feel that so much is unknown, that we have to muster the courage to be able to face things, to come together in such a divided country and in so much a divided world. How do we do that? I think the Torah is offering us a beautiful explanation about how to walk forward with uncertainty, and that is to be a blessing, to channel our relationship and connection with God and all that we want to stand for in terms of our values, all that we've learned from the past, all that we want to pass on to the next generation in the world, and to be a blessing. What does that mean for each of us? What does that mean for ourselves and our children and grandchildren? I think it's a little bit different for each of us. But one of the things that the Torah teaches us is that it is very much rooted in a sense of learning, a sense of intergenerational connection, and a sense of community. That it's not something that Abraham does it alone. Although Abraham has a special relationship and a conversation of God, it is only through the creating of a community and a brit, a covenant and connection between that community and God, that Abraham is able to fulfill that sense of blessing in the universe. So if you are someone that is having a hard time getting out of bed this morning, whether because of the weather or because of the election results, I invite you to dig deep. It is okay to feel whatever you feel today, but to ask yourself 2 questions. 1, how am I going to be a blessing? And number 2, what are the blessings around me that are still true today? Want to wish you a Shabbat Shalom and a day of running around in the snow, whether that is physically or metaphorically. I look forward to connecting. You are a blessing.